Hello and welcome to another episode of the Uncommon Energy Podcast. On this week's episode, we're going to talk about LAIC news revealed. Most importantly, for I think a lot of people, was the reveal of the LAIC Players Kit and what it could mean for future IC kits this season. We're going to talk about some of the fallout from the Gino Lombardi documentary. We talked about it last week. A lot has changed since we recorded our episode last week with that whole situation. So we'll kind of give our thoughts there. It was kind of a big point of discussion in the community the last week or so. We will, of course, have Guess That Flavor Text, everyone's favorite segment of the podcast. You're just lying to yourself if you're telling yourself anything differently. And then we're going to wrap up this week by looking ahead to regionals starting back up this weekend. There are two regionals happening, one in Mexico, one in Europe. And also, we'll quickly recap as well an event that did happen this past weekend, a Premier Ball League tournament in the Philippines. And then, of course, we'll have our weekly bonus episode exclusive to our YouTube channel members and Spotify subscribers. My name is Chip Ritchie, and I'm joined here, as always, by my friend and co-host, Azul GG. What's up, Azul? How we doing, buddy? How's your past week been?
Been pretty good. Been doing a decent amount of streaming. Been playing a lot of Silk Song. The Hollow Knight sequel came out
Oh, I
this
saw you were playing that. Yeah.
yeah. I've been playing a lot of that this week on stream. I've already played 23 hours
Jeez,
of the
holy cow.
game. And I actually played a little bit. I was gonna maybe stream a little bit today, but I only had like an hour and a half, 2 hours before we started recording. So I just played a little bit off stream today. So you play a little bit more of that, but probably gonna stream. And honestly, it's kind of like a decent time for that as well, because we kind of have the format feels kind of dead because we're kind of waiting for Mega Evolutions. There's still major tournaments in this format. We're gonna talk about the first major tournament of the season that happened, the Premier Ball League. Um, so we've already had the first major tournament of the year, and it's still in this format, obviously. But I'm kind of already and it feels like it just kind of feels that way in general. There's still major tournaments in this format, but it feels like most people are looking ahead towards the Mega Evolution set, mostly myself included. So it's kind of a perfect time for the game to drop and try and get through it before Mega Evolution drops here in a couple weeks. What about you, Chip? What were you up to this week?
Yeah, really not too much. Pretty chill week for me this past week. Of course, watched some football. Clemson had a rough go of things, but did win the game this weekend. And then NFL did start back up, so I watched a lot of professional football this weekend, which was a lot of fun, dude. I don't. Did you watch any football at all? The Sunday night football game. I'm not going to talk too much about football, guys. Don't worry. Don't skip ahead. I know that the Pokemon people are not about the football, but some of us are. Okay, some of us are. The Sunday night football game this week was genuinely one of the best regular season football games I've ever watched. It was incredible.
What were the Who was playing?
It was the Bills and the Ravens.
The close, how close was it?
It was
Overtime?
a big time comeback for the home team for the Bills.
Yeah, I didn't watch any. I didn't tune into any this week. I usually don't watch any regular season sports at all, to be honest. So I'll probably watch when the playoffs start up. But
I'll hit you up in a couple months then.
yeah. then I'll be dialed in a little bit more. Know what's
Mm.
going on.
But I
As of
got a
right
dub in
now,
my first week of the Casters Fantasy Football League, so that's massive as well.
that's huge. Big come up.
Huh?
I said that's a big come up right there.
There we go. We'll take it. Your mic weirdly cut out.
Oh,
But yeah, other than that, yeah, nothing really exciting going on. Very much looking forward to the season starting up. We got Pittsburgh just around the corner, a couple regionals this weekend. So yeah, while the format does feel kind of stale, I think from a content perspective for you, especially, right? Because you play so much. I think there's a lot of still exciting things if you're competing, right? And there's I'm always interested to see the results and people always find new things, right? Even kind of at the end of format, that's where it feels like a lot more experimentation ends up happening as the meta kind of starts to really centralize or stabilize, right? Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. There still probably is. I mean, there's still probably there's still innovation out there for sure to be done and things to change. And yeah, I'm excited to do. I'll be watch partying uh Frankfurt this weekend. I believe there's no stream for Monterey, so nothing to see there, but we'll still be able to follow along with the tournament on Pokedata. Pokedata will have the updates for Monterey there, but we'll definitely be watch partying all of Frankfurt. I don't even know what What time is it in Frankfurt? I'm just wondering what time I have to get up.
I mean, it's
It's
probably
5
what?
a.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Like
what's
4. So it starts at like midnight my time.
it's like
And
8 hours ahead of you, right?
yeah, I wonder if I just stay up. Like, do I even sleep in that situation? Like, it'd be hard to get to sleep. Well, man, yeah, like I'd have to be going to bed like right now, basically, to get like any reasonable amount of sleep.
What you so you
Mm.
want to it'll start at like 1 a.m. your time probably, right? If it
Oh
starts at
no, yeah,
9
it'll
a.m.
start a little. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If it's like 4 hours from now, it'd be midnight.
I don't know.
It'd
You
be
could go
9
to bed at
a.m.
like 5 or something like that.
It's just hard to fall asleep at 5 p.m. It's pretty hard. I mean, I'll try. Maybe I'll.
Just
Yeah,
give
maybe I'll
yourself a
give it a try.
rigorous day, you know? Go
Yeah,
like, run a
true.
marathon or something.
Maybe that would be the move.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'll figure it out. I guess it's true. They don't start the stream until like round 3, 4, or something like that. So it would be like 1 or 2 a.m. Um, they'll have it scheduled up on the YouTube channel, so I can check there on the night before, and then figure.
Pokemon.com/broadcast. It'll probably already tell you.
Oh, true. They sometimes change it up though. Usually it's the day 2 though. I will say.
TCG, Pokemon.com/broadcasts. Day one of Frankfurt starts at 3 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, so it literally starts at 12:30 my time. Like, so yeah, I'd have to go
No,
to yeah.
3 a.m. Pacific time, buddy. That's your
Oh,
time.
yep. I thought for some reason I thought you said I just thought you said East Coast time, or
You
it
did
was in
not.
East Coast time. Yeah, Pacific. Okay, actually, maybe then I could get a little bit of sleep then. Yeah, try and get like 4 hours or something. All right,
All
that'll
right. Well,
work.
that's enough ironing out your sleep schedule. Nobody feels bad for the streamer who doesn't have a good sleep schedule.
I do have a good sleep schedule. It won't work though for this.
Fair, fair. Yeah,
It
honestly, for
doesn't line
anyone
up.
listening, dude, Azul is like honestly so annoying about sleep, like at hotels and stuff like that. And dude,
People just don't understand how good sleep schedule is until they've had one, and then they realize
when he
how
comes
important
over to
it
my house for like recording, he'll like try to map it out with like what I have to do in the morning with the kids and stuff of like, okay, I can sleep in until like XYZ time. So like I can still keep my normal sleep schedule and like we're good to go.
is. Yeah, we're trying to get as close as possible. Makes it ideal. But yeah, it's not terrible. I can get a couple hours of sleep.
Well, let's hop in and talk about our first topic. And it was a reveal of a bunch of information about LAIC or just a release update on the Pokemon website, all the information, the live stream when it'll be happening, and all that stuff. We get a little bit of a preview as well of like what the internationals theme is going to be this year. So like they tend to do this for the last few seasons. They have where um, all the like artwork that's used for the play mats, the competitor stuff, and like even stuff going on in the venue, like or on the stream, right? Like we see Venusaur here, kind of being highlighted. It'll be themed around like stuff throughout the year. Like last season, it was the ogre ponds, right? Throughout the year. Um, what was even the year before? Oh, it was like the EVs one year, the evolutions. I don't remember what it was last year actually. But this year, with Mega Evolution coming out and Legends ZA coming out as well, it looks like they're going with a Mega Evolution theme, and probably specifically the Mega Evolution Cantonian starter Pokemon, Kanto starters, the original, the OGs. We got Venusaur here for the first one. So I think naturally people are theorizing that we'll get a Charizard competitor mat and set up, and we'll get a Blastoise one at some point as well.
Is that canon? Is that what, if you're from Kanto, are you called a Cantonian?
Yes.
Okay. I just wasn't sure, so I thought I'd ask. I actually think this is maybe the best. I think it's probably the best IC design they have ever done. Like the playmat specifically is pretty sick. Deck box and sleeves are kind of a little bit more whatever, but the playmat actually for this is pretty sick. A lot of like the previous IC playmats have been very similar, where it's kind of like all of the Pokemon from like the current generation or whatever, just kind of on the mat in a similar layout. I don't know. They've been like pretty underwhelming in general. And also like the regional mats are also pretty underwhelming because they're so similar. It's like Pokemon in the middle of the play mat and then like similar I mean the backgrounds are different, but like it's like a similar design over and over again. But this one feels like a lot more unique and is definitely quite a bit cooler. It's like this is literally the best IC or regional playmat I think ever. Like in my opinion. Like, it's actually pretty sick. It does kind of make me want to go to the event now more. I
Just to get
currently
this
don't.
playmat?
I don't think I would. Well, I mean, it's like it's a little bit of an incentive. The mat's kind of sick. Like the mat is pretty sick. It's a little bit more of an incentive for me to want to go. I currently don't plan on going because it's the week after the new set release, the second Mega Evolution set. So I kind of just want to stream the new set, play with the new cards, to be honest. But I could still figure that out. Where maybe I play with the new cards till Sunday and then like leave Monday
Well, did you
over
scroll
like
down
that.
any further and see the other playmats?
No, for what?
Top 8 and the champion.
No, are they different?
They are different.
Ooh, okay,
Similar. So here's the top 8 playmat.
okay. I mean, it's pretty close, right?
It's pretty close. Yeah, but like this
It's
one's got
different.
like
It
the
is cool though.
silhouette and it's
The
like
switch
this
up
is
is
just
nice.
and then here's the champion one.
Okay, okay. That is pretty sick. Have they
It
done
would
this in the past?
What do you mean?
Where they make it so much different?
No, not usually. I feel like it's
It's pretty sick.
they definitely I feel like it's not that different actually from what they've done. The year I'm thinking of specifically is the year they did like the evolution theme. Where like depending on like the champion playmat was two specific EV evolutions, and like that was the only way to get those on a playmat was like to have the champion mat, I think, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, this
Um,
is pretty sick to be honest.
Imagine, dude, instead of the Venusaur for champion, they just put the last season's champion's face right there in the middle. Miloslav right in the middle of
You
your
get a
champion playmat.
Miloslav playmat when you win.
It's pretty sick, huh?
Win LAIC. No, those are sick for sure. Like those are like I said, like that's like a slight incentive for me to like want to go more because I mean, like I said, it's literally the coolest design. I mean, it's Venusaur too, which like isn't like
It's so
it's
interesting
like kind
too
of
because
whatever
like
Pokemon, but like
I feel like this stuff just never motivates you. So it's really interesting that like you're getting amped about this.
I mean, they're cool. Like they're actually cool. Like in the past, it just felt, kind of whatever. And then they've used not the same exact design, but the same layout. It feels like for so many years for regional mats, for IC. Like the regional mats are literally all just Pokemon in the center. I feel like there's like a glow around it, and then background that fits the theme of the Pokemon a little bit better. Like they're just all so similar, and it's just boring. I feel like the IC mats have been pretty similar for a while, where it's like 4 to 5 Pokemon usually from, like, that generation, or I don't know how they pick them, but they fit kind of the theme of the year a little bit, like Ultra Beast or something in the past, it feels like.
I think
Might be
this is
misremembering, but I think this is, like, by far the best design of the modern era on a
I
playmat.
thinking back to like official tournament playmats. I think this one is one of my favorites. 2016
See, this
Nationals.
is what I'm saying. I don't like it's
You
just
don't
like
like this?
they're fine. It's like 6 to 8 Pokemon that fit the theme of the year, and they're all on the mat. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like the vibe, like, this is usually what IC mats look like. I feel like is like there's just a bunch of Pokemon on a mat spread out. Maybe I'm like misremembering them. I don't really look at them that much. Maybe the Venusaur one just like stands out that much to me. But
Well, here's some of the past ones. I mean,
yeah,
oh, the
look,
Paradox Pokemon was
yeah,
one.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
look, it's just like 4 Pokemon. I think the Ogerpon one, just like 6 different Pokemon in their boxes or squares or
So what's
whatever. Like,
this? 1, 2, 3, 4 different Pokemon. Okay, so
well, no, but
less
it's like it's
Pokemon.
all It's about Venusaur. It's his previous evolutions. I feel like it's definitely different.
Oh,
And then
sure.
like the
So it
champion upgrade.
yeah, this one's not
Listen,
about.
people get what I mean. People will understand. The people will know what I mean. They're like, yeah, Azul's right. It's just kind of they're just so much more lame looking than this is sick. The Venusaur one looks sick. The other ones are, yeah.
Yeah, the
Also,
Paradox
flipped out in the
one was
photo.
definitely not it. I don't think.
Is that one right there that you just with the
Yeah,
roaring moon?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, look at them. There's like 6 different Pokemon in their boxes. Like,
Yeah. No, I feel you. Oh, I don't even remember ever seeing this one. I didn't go to this NAIC, so I don't remember this one at all.
same thing, right? We got 6 different Pokemon in their little squares or boxes or some kind of shape.
Here's the Evolutions one I was talking
4
about.
Pokemon in their boxes.
This one, dude, this one is the coolest one though, for sure, right? Of the
Um,
boxed ones, if you got to go with
I'd have to
Pokemon
look
in
at them, but
boxes,
okay.
I'm a
I'm just
fan
saying
of
this.
this one.
It's kind of felt very similar for a while, but
This was
definitely
the
feels like a
year.
big switch up.
This was the year I started playing, but I did not go to this U.S. Nationals. I had never been to like one of those big tournaments. I'd been to a couple regionals just in the area. Going to international, like going to U.S. Nationals was like unrealistic for me to like travel that far to like some big
Yeah.
tournament, you know. But I wish I'd gone just for this playmat, to be honest. But yeah, this is cool, and it seems like a lot of the Reaction online has been overall pretty good. Seems like a lot of people are excited about it. The one thing I'll say I am disappointed in is this, I
Yeah.
think, is the third time that Ultra Ball has
What
been
is
the
the what
IC
is the
promo.
what is the reasoning for that? Like, what is the thought process behind this? I'm so confused by I would love to know the thought process that leads them to make Ultra Ball the promo. Do they wanna print a card that people can use in their decks, like, to
Yeah.
make it playable? Is that, like, the purpose?
Well, it's basically always a playable card, right? It's been
Make it
Ultra Ball
boss.
3
Make it
times.
make it boss?
Well, it's
Has it
usually
been
an
ul
item card.
has it been Ultra Ball 3 times at every IC?
It's been well, so it's usually the same promo for all the ICs
Yeah, yeah,
for the
yeah.
year, right?
So now we know Ultra Ball is the promo we're getting at the other ICs, right?
If they I mean, there's no law that says they have to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
continue it, but, like, yeah, we would think so, right?
Sure.
But, I mean, it was what, Buddy Poffin last year, I'm pretty sure, or was that the year
Oh,
before
what?
maybe?
I don't remember.
What was it this
No,
past year?
these cards just aren't very cool. Like, I don't know. Can't they do something cool? Could they give us, like, a cool card or, like, a unique artwork exclusive to, like these are some pretty big tournaments
Yeah.
that happen throughout the year. Like, we see other, uh, tournaments in Pokemon getting exclusive artworks for cards.
This is what I want them to
Typically, like,
bring back.
China and Japan are the ones that are getting, like, the exclusive stuff.
This is what I want them to bring back is the exclusive artwork supporter cards. Like, they did this there was Guzma and this right here. It was a regionals promo, but it was an exclusive artwork. So, like, they changed it up. They made it different, but it's still the same card. Yes. So, like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
if it was like Ultra Ball, but they made it like a unique
Oh,
card.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, even that would be, like, pretty cool, to be honest, yeah.
And they kind of have done that before. Like, there was I mean, there's like ways they could. I don't know. Yeah, it would just be cool. Like, I'd be down for it to be Ultra Ball, but then it's just something unique. Like, there's the pink Pokegear that was a League Cup promo, I want to say.
Like, what if it was an Ultra Ball, but it had all of the previous IC winners in the background or something, like, somehow? Or, like, their silhouettes or something
Dude,
behind
these things
Ultra
are
Ball.
$50. What the heck? Oh, this is the staff one. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Never mind. I was
Yeah,
gonna.
what if they had the silhouettes of all the IC winners and behind the Ultra Ball or something? I don't know, something cool like that would be I think Pokemon I mean, BCI, Pokemon, I don't know.
Let's see. Oh,
Probably
that's the
against
staff
doing
one
that.
again.
Isn't the only time they've ever, like, added any player any competitive player lore to a game was Wolfie in VGC or something in the video game? Wasn't he, like, in the video game or something like that? Am I wrong?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's like some post game thing, I think, where you battle the champion of like, and they just made it the champion of the previous. Oh wait, no, it's Ray Rizzo. I think is in the game. It's not Wolfie. It's Ray Rizzo.
Sure. I thought it was
I'm.
Wolf.
It might be Wolf actually. I don't remember for sure.
It's one of them, I'm pretty
I
sure.
didn't play those games.
Yeah.
That's like the generation of Pokemon I did not play. You too,
Yeah,
right?
that's the only time yeah, I never played never played that generation. Yeah. Um, that's, like, the only time they've ever done anything like that, I guess. But, I mean, I understand it's kind of like it is, like, a little bit of a risk to wanna ever do anything like that, so I understand them kinda trying to wanna stay away from that stuff, but at least give us, like, an exclusive art for the Ultra Ball, like, come on. Doesn't have to involve the last year's champion, just give us anything. Ultra Ball's just kinda lame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever going to include the last year's champion, but yeah, I mean, I think
Ooh, a
just
boss.
the coolest.
Even, like, an energy card would be cooler than Ultra Ball again.
Yeah, I mean, I think just anything that is a exclusive, unique artwork is cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that would be best for sure.
Yeah. Of like a playable card of some sort, even if it's Ultra Ball for the third time, but it's like a different artwork. I would be down for that.
Yeah.
Just be seeing like another rehash of the same artwork of Ultra Ball we've had for the last 4 years in standard is boring. All right. Well, let's move on. Cool to see the LAIC kit reveal. It seems like people are excited. So, um,
What else did they announce with this as well? They announced the registration days, right?
oh, yeah. I guess we're not moving on. Yeah. Did they announce the registration days? I actually missed that if that's in here.
I feel like they did. I feel like I saw something on Twitter. They mentioned the register. Yeah, there was, I think. Register through the something hub. Up.
Visit
There.
and register.
LAIC hub.
Oh, is it going to be LAIC.gg? Okay. Registration, competitor. Oh, close it. Oh, it tells you when it closes. Registration September 23rd, 7 p.m. Brazilian time. All right, there you go.
And then wave 2, September 24th.
Yep.
Yeah, I know I saw it on Twitter. Someone put the info out there, so I assumed it was on here
Yep.
somewhere. So now you know. They gave us a lot of heads up notice. It's pretty cool from them. And I mean, what, we're like 2.5, almost 3 months out, 2.5 months from this. So
Yeah,
decent amount of time.
it's a good call out for sure. And then the one thing, I guess the other thing I would say, so like it's Venusaur here, so one can assume, right? There's 3 internationals, there's 3 starter Pokemon, right? So one can assume that there will be a Charizard variant of this setup. There will be a Blastoise variant of this setup. And most likely, my prediction would be that they would go in Pokedex order. So Venusaur is LAIC, and then that would make EUIC Charizard, and that would make NAIC Blastoise if they were going in Pokedex order.
Yeah, I think if they're trying to just put the biggest Pokemon with the biggest tournament, it would be like Charizard at NAIC, but
Right.
Pokedex order would also be a thing. I wonder how they make those decisions. It doesn't really matter one way or another, I guess, but putting
I have
something
to
to it.
imagine it's Pokedex order. What order were the? Well, I guess the Ogerpons are all just variants of the same Pokemon, so I don't think they have a specific order. So I guess that wouldn't give us any info. But
Maybe they do in like I don't know how they work in the video game, to be
I
honest.
did see someone point out, and this is probably a real thing to some degree, especially for the Charizard one, whichever tournament is the Charizard one, is that there will probably be some people who register for the tournament, pick up the competitor kit, and then don't
Yeah, of
show up for the
course.
first round of the tournament. I feel like
I
that
guess
always happens.
I wonder what percentage that actually happens. I am curious about that. It's kind of like because obviously it's like MEA is a thing that I see people bring up, but like how much is it actually happening would be good to know, because I feel like people latch on to potential negatives and then kind of blow them out of the water. That's kind of
Right,
how I
right.
feel about the scouting discussion we had last week as a reason to have open deck lists, which there is some scouting, but people make it seem like the top players in the game with their friend groups know everyone's exact 60 cards by round 3 of a tournament, like, so like I feel like it's not happening to the extent that people think it is. But if I'm wrong, I would love to be proven wrong. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it'd be really hard to figure that out. I guess you could see how many players registered versus how many players showed up for these bigger tournaments like the ICs, and see how that compares to the average percentage of no shows to other major tournaments. Would be like the way to do it.
Well, I would tell you TPCI probably knows those numbers, because like they know how many kits
Oh
they hand
yeah,
out and they know how many people play
show up for
round
round
one.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. True.
Um so
I have a rough idea.
but I mean, I do think like it is a thing. I agree. Like it's something that does happen, but it is largely a non-issue, right? Like it is to
How it feels.
probably such a small degree. It's not a big deal, but I could see it for a Charizard one
Maybe a
being a
little
bigger
more.
deal.
I mean, even this one as well, I feel like probably because not only is it, I mean, it's Venusaur, but it's also cool, like in comparison. I
Hmm.
guess like people like love the EVs as well, so maybe it was decently sized for the EVs when that was happening. But um, yeah, I could see it being pretty a higher percentage of scalpers showing up to LAIC,
Hey,
EUIC, and NAIC.
more free round one dubs, baby.
Well, no, not if they don't submit a deck list or don't show up.
True.
Then they don't even. They're not
Hey,
even.
all right, listen, if
They
you're
might
out
not even
there,
know how. They might not even know how to submit a deck list, bro. Like they're just like,
if you're out there and
and you're
you're
scalping.
planning to scalp a registration for one of these tournaments, at least do one person in the event a favor and submit. You don't have to know anything about the game.
Yep.
Just pick any basic Pokemon and 59 energy cards, submit that as your deck list, and let one person get a free win in the tournament.
What if they don't want the free one? What if they want it to show up and they want to beat all? It'll be 8 rounds. It'll probably be 8 rounds.
Would you be upset to show up to round one of a tournament and not have an opponent?
No, that'd be a
Okay.
nice break.
Yeah, there you go.
That literally happened at the last LASA I went to. I played against someone and they were there, but I don't know why they were there, but they just conceded instantly. They're just like,
Dude, we the Atlantic City regionals in 2019 or 20, yeah, I guess the 2020 season, the one that you won, where Grant and I played Pidgey Control for that tournament, round one, he got a buy, or not a buy, he got a no show. Someone no showed for the first round of the tournament, and I get sat down against some random person playing Nag Quag. Unwinnable matchup, like 99. It's 100-0, honestly. Like the guy tried to do whatever he could to lose the game. Unwinnable matchup for the Pidgey control player. And so Grant, we were playing the same deck. He lost, or his opponent didn't show up. So then 5 minutes or whatever had gone by. He came and found my table, sat down, and just watched me lose to Nagquag for 50 minutes. And then he went on to get second place of the tournament. So it was just set up for him perfectly from there.
You had to take the L so he could thrive.
Exactly.
Did
I
it?
did throw at one point in that tournament, but it's okay. We don't talk about it. All right. And then, dude, okay. I was just remembering that event. I threw one round against a Malamar, which was like a tougher matchup anyway. If
How does
they,
Pidgey? I was just thinking. I don't know why I was thinking of this. I was like, how does Pidgey control Mirror go?
I
Giraffe?
think we kind of talked about it. I don't really remember. I think we talked about just aggroing. We played like 3 energy, just get the 3 energy on a Rangaroo and start swinging. I think was what we had
Does that
thought
work?
about. I don't
Really?
remember. Maybe that was like with time rules or something like that. Like if you're in
Like,
top cut, I don't
oh yeah, I
remember
guess it
exactly.
would. You like someone would if you just draw prize cards, you'll win because of time. The only thing I was thinking about was like, you guys didn't even play the giraffe though, did you?
We did not play the draft. No.
Yeah. So giraffe plus Mars is the only other win condition I can think of.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Wait, no. Maybe we played one giraffe. I don't remember. I think you guys played 2 to Worlds, right?
We were so paranoid about Malamar. It was the
Yeah.
only deck that was beating us in our testing.
I think we did
was
play
insane.
one giraffe. I don't remember for sure, but
Way overcooked the Malamar mirror. And then it was funny because Isaiah was like, he was like, I don't have to do any of this stuff. But obviously they don't know what to do against the Pidgey control deck. When we're playing against it, we're playing like perfect Malamar versus perfect Pidgey control, and then we need like 2 giraffes and like all this stuff. But then he's like, I don't have to do any of it. They just like put everything in play, and then I double custom catcher hand lock them, and they lose the game.
Yeah, and then also nobody also Malamar sucked for that Worlds anyway.
Yeah, it was the most popular deck too, I think, but it was actually just a terrible play. The deck was just so bad. It was insane.
All right. Enough of a trip down memory lane. We probably lost plenty of people who are just like thought we were just speaking gibberish right then. But there's probably some people out there who they enjoy
a
that.
lot of Malamar hype right now, bro. I don't know. People might be enjoying that.
My friend Malamar, dude.
Dude, I'm so tired of getting asked that question in chat, man. I'm just
It's like revisionist history to go back and make Malamar a cool Pokemon. I feel like.
What are they? This is like forced. Does Malamar has some kind of brain control, mind control thing? Is that the?
Oh yeah, something like that. I think
that's the point. That's like part of it.
The only thing I remember about Malamar is that in order to evolve it in the game, you have to turn your DS upside down.
I've heard that. Yeah, I didn't do it, but I've heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do it. Did you not play that generation either?
No. Specifically those two. Those two I did not play.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic here, which is kind of the fallout from the Gino Lombardi situation. So, for those who don't know, we talked about it last week on the podcast. Andrew Mahone put out this documentary that he'd been working on for like a year and a half about Gino Lombardi. For those who don't know who he was, who he is. Who he is. He is a old school player from the like Northeast New England area. He was a U.S. national champion in 2008, and then was banned from the game in 2013, famously for the official reason for his ban was for like peeking at the bottom card of his deck at the bottom at a regionals, but at Worlds 2013, a few months earlier, he had stolen a laptop from a player. Andrew Mahone documented kind of this whole story, put it out, and we talked about it a little bit last week, kind of our like thoughts about Gino as a person and him coming back to the game, because the whole end of the documentary was that Gino is unbanned, he's back in the game, he's gonna start playing again. And so we kind of talked about that a little bit last week, but then actually while we were recording our episode last week, Summer Plesko, who's a well-known, long-time member of the community, you and I've known her for a long time, and she's been around like our friend groups for a long time, right? She shared some messages that Gino had sent to her when she was younger, back in 20. I don't even remember when the
15,
message was. 2015. So he was already
Yeah.
banned at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, regardless of Pokemon, he sent her like, very creepy, inappropriate text messages. And also, she was a minor at the time as well. So this all came out. People rallied kind of behind Summer. So it was a big story for sure. And it ultimately Gino like did not respond very well to the situation. He kind of accused Summer of like doctoring messages, or I don't know exactly what the angle was he was playing. He went back and forth where it was like, I don't see these messages, how do you have them? And then he then went out and apologized to her, but then in another tweet later said that she was trying to slander his name and stuff like that. So it's like this guy was just all over the place with his story and the line he was going for. I don't know. Um what it was about, but ultimately all of this led to Andrew taking down the documentary that he had posted.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is yeah, I don't know. Yeah, at the end of it all, I mean, like, I feel like how we both left it on the episode last time was, we just gonna have to wait and see if Gino has changed. He doesn't.
We didn't have to
uh,
wait very long.
yeah, he doesn't seem very remorseful about others with other situations coming out of the woodwork. He doesn't seem very remorseful about some of them, and then also just in general, just like I don't know if he is a different. I mean, it doesn't seem like he is a different, better, or changed person. But if he is, I think he's got to go be that different or better or changed person, just not in the Pokemon community. I think it's. I would be surprised if he doesn't get rebanned from everything that has come up so far. Like I said, the summer situation just kind of pushes everything over the line for sure. And yeah, even if he is, which it doesn't seem like he is, even if he is a better changed person, he has to just go be that better changed person somewhere else in the world. Um, yeah, I definitely just like at the end of it all, I just kind of feel bad for Andrew because I think he just had the best
Yeah.
of intentions with the the documentary. I think him taking it down is the best thing. Um, I hope it doesn't discourage him, and it seems like it probably hasn't because he actually did post a video like 4 hours ago. Um, a new shorter documentary on players who have almost won the world championships, featuring it looked like
I haven't
Michael
seen this yet.
Gramawat, Mace, and Tord. So that's cool. So if you guys are looking for some more documentary style content, go check out Tricky Jim over on YouTube, Mahone's YouTube channel. And it seems like it was filmed because it seems like it was filmed about the same time that he was doing the filming for this video because it looks like the interviews for like Pram and Meese were in the same setting. So it looks like he was doing a little 2-for-1 video with those interviews. And yeah, I just hope that because like it was really the Gino documentary. Uh, Although probably should have never happened. It's kind of unfortunate the way things played out because I said like I think Mahone only had the best of intentions with it. Hopefully, this doesn't discourage him from like doing more stuff like that in the future because I think that kind of content is really really cool to have in the space. We don't really have that kind of content in the space, and yeah, it just has like a fan of the game and the game's history. It's not something I plan personally to make anytime soon as like a content creator. So I hope Mahone, isn't discouraged by the outcome of this one and continues to do stuff like that in the future.
Yeah, I didn't actually know you'd put this out. I'm looking forward to watching this. That's really really cool. Yeah, I love the like history of the game and stuff like that. I will say as well, Mahone is a part of the tag team podcast, and I did see that they posted an episode today, the day that we're recording this, like this evening. So I have not gotten to listen to that yet, but I'm sure he goes into detail about the experience as well. So I'd encourage anyone to listen to that, to the tag team podcast. Also, like I think tag team is probably the longest running competitive TCG podcast. Like it's probably got to be them. They I think started in like 2018, 2019. JW and Riley, and then Mahone joined I think a couple years ago now. So
Yeah.
um
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a listen myself as well. And see what he says on the situation. I'm definitely curious to know his thoughts from the fallout of everything.
I mean, yeah, because it's like for him as well. Like, I mean, I agree. Like, he probably did the right thing taking it down. And maybe he'll try to find a way to use the footage and reframe the story now with more information, right? Like that's a possibility. Like you could see him re-release it. What are you smirking at over there?
Nothing.
You're smirking at something. Um, but I think that I mean it was obviously like a tough thing to have to choose to do because it was by far his I mean, it wasn't his most viewed video ever yet, but it was
It
going
was
to
gonna
be,
be, yeah,
right? Like
most
100,000
likely
views in 2 days or something like that. And it was just
biggest
continuing
project
to
he's
go
ever
up.
done.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably gonna be a million view video, to be honest, if you let it ride for a week.
Yeah, it
So
would have gotten up there probably eventually, for sure. Um,
so I know it was not an easy call, but, Mahone, I think, did what he deemed to be the best thing to do, right?
yeah, definitely.
Um, I did not anticipate I mean, I didn't know, uh like I said last week, I started playing post Gino being banned from the game, but it, didn't take really that long for me being, involved in the community to start to hear stories about, this character, right? So um it's just pretty wild to see how it's like a lot of that just gets aired out now after this documentary.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, we can move on here to guess that flavor text. But before we do, we're going to take a quick moment to thank our fantastic sponsor, Dragon Shield, for supporting us here at the Uncommon Energy podcast. Of course, Dragon Shield makes some of the best card gaming, tabletop gaming products on the market. They've got a brand new sleeve set out right now, the Blossom and Gooseberry Pastel Duels. Azul, you bust them open yet? Check them out.
I have not. No, I still have them in the boxes. I've not given them. I've not taken them out of the boxes. I trust their images on their site though. I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of the way the colors look. Like I'm a fan. Like I said that last week. Makes me wish that they were in mattes because so I'm a matte purist myself, but I do like the colors.
Be sure to check them out, though, if you are interested in picking up the pastel colors here. We'll leave links in the description. You can use our code UEPOD to get yourself 5% off. Pick up the new colors. If you want some mattes as well, there's, of course, tons of options there. The blood reds I know is one that you've used plenty of in the past as well. And
Yep.
if you're wanting to use the sleeves I like, go with the mint classics. The mint classics are definitely where it's at. I feel like I saw some player on stream at one of the regionals last season using the mint classics, and I just knew right away, like, that guy's got to listen to the podcast. There's no way that someone is just so happens to be using the mint. Like, it's such like a off colored and sleeve type I feel like have chosen. Nobody uses the classics anymore, but the classics are where it's
Oh
at.
yeah. Yeah, that used to be the sleeve. I mentioned this all the time before. That was the sleeve back in the day. I guess that's before Dragon Shield had any other styles of sleeves. That was I mean, that's why they're called the classics. That was their original sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Jesper at one of the tournaments gave me like this like golden gift of a pack of I think it was an orange pack of matte or not mats of classic sleeves, but they were like OG sleeves because they didn't say classic on the box. It just said
Yeah.
Dragon Shield sleeves because that's what it was. It was like such a sick set of sleeves. It just felt so good, man. The classics, there's just something about those old classics that feels so good.
But yeah, huge shout Dragon Shield as always. Links in the description. Code UEPOD. Be sure to go check them out.
And now it is time for Guess That Flavor Text, where each week Azul or I picks a card, reads the flavor text from the card, and has the other host try to guess which Pokemon is featured on that card. We do have some lifelines and we do keep score. Currently, I'm in the lead 38-33, but it is my turn this week to pick a card for Azul to guess. And there are some lifelines he can use to try to whittle it down. The lifelines are what set the card is from, what stage the card is, and read an attack name. If he gets it right with no lifelines, that's 4 points. For every lifeline he uses, he does lose one of those points. And I got to say, Azul, I think I've picked out one here. I would be surprised if you got this. I'll just say that.
Okay, sure. I feel like you usually go the other way and you're like, you know what? I think you have a chance.
I try to throw you a bone. Usually it never works. So maybe now you'll surprise me. You ready?
Maybe. Let's see.
It's hypothesized that it's monitoring those who destroy the ecosystem from deep in the cave where it lives.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I know Zubats are in caves. I don't think Zubat does not seem like an intelligent enough a Pokemon to like what? What's so funny?
I know Zubats are in cave.
Well, I'm thinking of Pokemon that are in caves. Like, I don't think. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think it's a. I don't think Zubat's an intelligent enough Pokemon. Um, to be. Read the flavor text again.
It's hypothesized that it's monitoring those who destroy the ecosystem from deep in the cave where it lives.
From deep. From deep in the cave where it lives, it's monitoring those who destroy the ecosystem.
It's hypothesized that it's monitoring those who destroy the ecosystem from deep in the cave where it lives.
I mean, so it definitely sounds like the Pokemon's supposed to be like fairly intelligent, but I'm definitely gonna have to use some lifelines here. So let's go with what set is the card from?
It is from XY Fates Collide.
Hmm. Isn't there a Gallade in that set? I mean, I don't think it's Gallade, but that's like I'm trying to like Fates Collide. I don't remember what's in Fates
I
Collide.
don't the Gallade are you thinking of the Premonition Gallade?
No. Well, no,
Okay.
it'd have to be that one, yeah.
That's from
Um,
Breakthrough.
why do I always think there's a Gallade in that set? I've definitely had this thought process before. I guess give me an attack name.
Rumble.
And then what stage is the card?
It is a basic.
All right, give me dude. All right, read
I guess
the
I was right.
read the flavor text again.
It's hypothesized that it's monitoring those who destroy the ecosystem from deep in the cave where it lives.
Oh, is this like one of the Terrakion? Maybe is it one of those guys? I don't know. Let's just go with Terrakion. It's a basic. It has Rumble. It's from Fates Collide. Could be a Terrakion in Fates Collide. I think. Let's just go with Terrakion.
Locking it in.
Yeah, sure.
So you did get on a decent thought process with a legendary there at the end.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that I could have latched on that a little bit more for sure. It's like it's because like
It's
the
in a
intent like
cave, deep, like usually
well, no, just like legendary, just like the intelligence thing, where it's like they're
that
generally seem
too.
to be like smarter Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have ever experienced journeying through a cave only to on the bottom floor in the deepest corner of the cave encounter a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah,
No, this Pokemon. I'll give you one more chance to guess it. What was the first Pokemon you said?
I don't remember.
You said Zubat.
Oh yeah, sure.
It shares the first letter of the name.
I don't know. Zygarde.
It is Zygarde.
Oh, the
So
Zygarde.
this is one that I feel like some like video game players or like lore enjoyers probably got.
Lore enjoyers.
Yeah,
Poke lore enjoyers.
exactly. Because Zygarde, the whole thing with it is like it breaks off these pieces of its cells, right? That uh spread out and monitor and like see what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Um, what is that trainer card called that's in this set? Um,
Do something with Zygardes.
gosh, what is the trainer? Can I just click on Fates Collide here? Set FCO. I'm gonna just do that.
See, Benjamin Hackney wouldn't have got it either. The first comment on the Zygarde there.
What did it say? What even is this? It just looks like a blob.
It does not look like a blob. I don't know what he's talking
No.
about.
Where is it? This guy, power memory. See,
Yeah,
that's one Zygarde cell.
just hanging out.
Yeah, and it like goes out and it's like out and about. And then once some of the cells get gathered together, then that's when you get the dog Zygarde. That's
Mm.
Zygarde 10% form as the dog. Then it's 50% as this one. And then it's Zygarde complete is this like big
Oh,
hulking
and it
Zygarde.
looks like a transformer. It
Yeah,
even looks like
exactly.
it has. It even looks like it has. If you look at that one specifically that you were just on, it looks like it has like headlights from like an ambulance or a police car.
Yeah. It's extra transformery. Yeah, like this one
Yeah, it looks
too.
just like a transformer. Yeah, It
Yeah,
literally looks like Optimus or
it's
something.
yeah, that is Optimus right there.
Yeah. And the lights on
Yeah.
his chest are, like, literally, like, from a car or something. Like,
Should have read up on your Zygarde lore before this week, buddy.
I guess, man. I do know no, I forgot his name. I was gonna say I know who the player who's gotten the furthest with Zygarde in a tournament before, but I forget his name.
But the people played this in Buzzrock in the early days, right?
I don't know why, if they would.
I think they did. I think like the
I don't
very
think so.
early that
Uh-uh.
EUIC where people didn't
Or
know Buzzrock was Buzzrock, like how good it was. It was definitely this
yeah.
card.
Was it?
Let me see.
I don't think so. It was maybe a different one.
No, dude. Come on, man. You can't be questioning me on stuff like this.
I mean, you're not right that often. Like, I
I'm
don't
always
know.
right.
That's just not true.
Card lore, dude. Gotta be right.
No, were they really playing
See,
this?
Buzzrock, bro. EUIC, 5th and 6th place.
Why were they playing this? Were they rumbling? Had to be for
Maybe. Who
Rumble,
knows,
right?
bro? It was
Had
Buzzrock.
had to be for Rumble.
They were these guys,
Oh,
these
they had the
dudes
Zygarde in there.
invented Buzzrock.
Yeah. It's pretty broken. It's a pretty broken deck.
Yeah. They just had 2 dead cards in there with Zygarde and Zygarde. No,
Zygarde
I'm
EX
sure
is
there was
pretty
a
bad, yeah.
reason.
Yeah. This is the I mean, we talked about this, I think, last week. This is there's only Ultra Ball. That's it.
Yep.
Besides the Brooklet Hills, there's only Ultra Brooklet Hill was pretty broken back in these days when you only had Ultra Ball. Wait, look at the Guardi EX deck. What did they have for
Beacon, Alolan Vulpix, bro.
That's how we were setting up? That is right. I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
Man. Cardboard EX. Oh, GX. That's right.
Yeah, it was all about Beacon. Let me find. Dude, this is not how I
Yeah,
should have done
you
this.
should have just clicked on the tournament
Here we
world.
go.
Sure.
Bridget
Oh, we had
and
Bridget.
Beacon.
We had Bridget. Oh, okay. I forgot about Bridget. You just didn't play Bridget in the other deck. Yeah, that's right. We had Bridget.
And Diego did also play Deancey, which most people did not play.
Would that evolve them up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty thick Curlia or Guardian in general as well.
You were just finding them.
I just didn't remember. I guess Bridget was a big part of every deck, though. Every deck was Bridgeting to set up. That's right.
Yep.
I just forgot what it was like back then, to be honest. Times have changed. Actually, but we might be going back to those times. We'll see what we have
True.
available when rotation hits.
Dude, this is where it was at, dude. You just Ultra Ball for Hoopa, and then Hoopa's how you find all your Pokemon.
Oh, wow. Sick. Too bad this deck was awful.
Whoa. How'd you do at this Worlds?
Oh, not great.
I don't. Oh, there's your name. 37. They don't
Yeah.
even
I
have
lost
your
my 1
deck
into
on
the
here,
50.
dude.
I was playing Quad Coco.
I don't believe you. But you know who was playing Quad Coco?
Someone actually playing Quad Coco.
Alessandro, bro.
Was he playing the Poison deck?
No, it was just Quad Coco, 4 Enhanced Hammer, 4 Crushing Hammer. And guess who played him playing Mega Ray in day 1 of the tournament? Me, dude.
Oh, you, yeah. You got bodied?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do, man? It's like I'd set up a Mega Ray, and then he'd go Flare Grunt, Enhanced Hammer, Flying Flip.
Could that even beat Drampagarb? I guess maybe you could. You could just like isolate the Drampa, and then you don't put items in your discard pile, and then
Yeah, you're just spreading.
Yeah, because people had some weird stuff in their Drampagarbs at that tournament. Like I think Frank Diaz was playing like double Flare Grunt and stuff like that.
Yeah. I do remember that. Frank Diaz.
Wait, didn't Drampa's first attack remove a special energy? Am I trolling?
Oh, he played the Plumeria. But yeah,
Oh.
Drampa did Righteous Edge the energies away.
Plumeria's a little bit more iffy because you have to discard 2 cards, which eventually leads to enough items in discard pile for Trash Lines to do something.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Little iffier.
And then Drampa had Righteous Edge too. Insane.
Dude, that's 2 tangents on old formats today. We can't be doing this. Some people probably enjoy it.
I think most of the people probably appreciate it, to be honest. There's more Pokemon talk. I think
dude, but so many people just are clueless.
I said what we're talking about?
Yeah, so many people are like, dude, what is a Drampa?
Yeah, but I feel like people just like, but I feel like that's like people just like hearing people talk about stuff nostalgically. Like I feel whenever I like listen to a podcast or something, they just like talk about stuff. It's like still interesting to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many. It is actually kind of crazy. Like, I guess like honestly, the Geno situation kind of put that in perspective a little bit. Like, just how many players are in the game? How many new players are in the game? Like, who just don't know old lore,
Yeah.
like community lore, or even card lore. To be honest, like just cards. Like, there's so many people who are just like post COVID is when they started playing the game, so they just have no idea about any of these old tournaments, old players, old cards.
Yep. Well, dude, like, I mean, that's what happens when the game has dude, the game has been around for, like, 2004 was the first Worlds, right? So over 20 years now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's
Uh,
just been such a massive wave of, and there's
yeah.
also such like a poor. Honestly, there's such a poor documenting of like the history of the game. Like, where's the Hall of Fame at? TPCI needs to get on that. There needs to be a Hall of Fame. Like, we
Mm,
don't even have like a Hall of Fame type thing, just to like highlight players from the past and stuff like that. There's like so little history of the game documented in like any one place on the internet. I guess that's like partly what maybe Mahone is trying to do with his
yeah.
documentary type stuff though. So
That was the thing I enjoyed the most about his documentary was, like, the first 30 minutes just hearing people talk about these old
yeah,
tournaments and stuff. It was pretty sick.
yeah, a lot of the pictures and stuff too. It's like a lot of stuff that's before I even played the game. So just seeing him was pretty cool for sure.
For some of that stuff, if you guys are interested, I think, it's Ruby Retro, I believe, on YouTube. They've done some, like, kind of cool past coverage. Mahone has actually collaborated with them on a couple videos, I wanna say. Definitely worth, checking out, I'd say. Just history of the game. Most of their videos at this point are, like, the early days, like, um,
Oh yeah, I've seen their channel
Base Set
before.
and
Yeah,
Neo and stuff like that, but yeah, this is a good watch if you're interested in some of the game's history.
yeah, history channel.
I just realized I'm not showing it on my screen. There we go. All right. Well, let's move on to talking about some Pokemon tournaments. There's two tournaments coming up this weekend: Frankfurt and Monterrey. One in Mexico, one in Germany. But let's first start by talking about something that happened this past weekend. Premier Ball League event in the Philippines. 773 players. We've got just a little bit of information here.
Yeah.
Um, don't even have all of the top 16 decks, but we do know that Raging Bolt did win the event. And we've got some lists for these top four decks here.
Oh yeah, 'cause
David,
I didn't. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I didn't mention that. I did restream the tournament, the day two of it over the weekend.
and then we've got David with Golden Gold Joltik Box. And then Rohin, is that how you say it? Rohin,
Rohit.
on Joltik Box in top four. But yeah, Raging Bolt takes it down.
Yeah, and getting in there with Gardevoir to round out the. Did you mention that? I don't think you mentioned that. Am I trolling? No.
I did
Yeah,
not.
I did watch it. They only streamed day two of the tournament, and their format is terrible, man. It was 7 rounds of Swiss day one into this is like honestly their tournament structure right now is what the first nationals I went back to in 2010 is the format they had. Well, actually, no, their format's actually worse than the format that we had. We had 9 rounds best of one Swiss into a top 128 cut best out of three. They cut to a top 128 best of one. 25-minute best of one. Dude, it's just, and listen, I still like it. Well, I enjoyed tuning in, watching the games, but it's so it's so weird when it's like how it's so weird that we're not unified in terms of we're going to another season of the Pokemon TCG here where across the globe our structures aren't unified, and all you have to do is watch a European or American tournament and then watch an Asian tournament, and realize that their format and system is just way worse than ours, and still we are ununified in our tournament formats. And it's just so mind-boggling. We're going to another season. This is the first major of the season here, is this Premier Ball League in the Philippines. And you watch their tournament structure and the tournament play out on stream, and it's just so much worse to watch than watching a major tournament, a TPCI major tournament, where the tournament structure, the tournament format is just so much better. So I don't know. It's just like there's just like where's the disconnect there? I'd be very curious to like listen. I'm sure the discussion has had to have happened between TPCI and TPC where they discuss this and be like, "What are you guys doing? We're doing this. What are you guys doing? We're doing this." It's like, how do you feel about it? feel pretty good. And they like discuss the pros and cons, and then they still come away. And this is what's happening in the Philippines. And then this weekend we got Monterrey and Frankfurt playing a way better tournament format. And it's a big disconnect, but a lot of Golden Go. Saw a lot of Golden Go. Most of them were Joltik builds of Golden Go as well. And that is what got second place was the Joltik box or Joltik Golden Go, whatever you want to call it. A lot
Is
of
that
Golden Go in
just the
general.
way to play the deck now?
Pretty good. It's like you get to play Iron Hands, which is still one of the best cards in the game.
My podcast co-host Jake Gearhart over here.
One of the best cards in the game. It's just like the thing is like I don't think two Iron Hands really make sense in the same format. But yeah, I don't think two Iron Hands decks makes sense in the same metagame or format. Like you should just be playing one over the other because all Joltik Iron Hands decks is how do I back up my Iron Hands after it gets KO'd? And it feels like honestly just having the Golden Go one hit KO potential is probably the best way to back it up. So yeah, and I think this list is like literally like one card off of the seniors winning list from Worlds. They got the petrol. They have a picnic basket. I don't think there's a picnic basket in the seniors Worlds winning list, if I'm not mistaken.
You got the wait, was this on the stream?
Yeah, that's not for Baby Raging Bolt though. I think it's 3 EX, 1 baby.
A lot of people are doing 2-2 now these days.
Interesting. I feel like it's so unnecessary when Fez kind of does what Baby Bolt does if you prize your Baby Bolt. I guess just like randomly opening it though is pretty nice though. Or just drawing into it.
And then also like I mean,
Well, a
yeah,
lot of
sure
people are
you
going down
can
to
do Fez, but like it does give up 2 prizes in some instances where you'd rather just be another Raging Bolt.
well, a lot of times when you're attacking with Baby Ball, you're not getting attacked for a little while though. You're kind of sitting there just KOing their
Yeah, but
Crowd.
being Pheasantipity attacking versus it being Raging
It's
Bolt
definitely
attacking.
worse, but yeah, it's definitely worse. Definitely worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone down to the 2EX. I haven't seen as much double baby, although it was like a thing at one of the Champions Leagues last year.
Yeah, I feel like my exposure to it really is just seeing like what like people posting their League Cup winning decks on Twitter and stuff, I feel like.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like I've been seeing from people. Let's look actually at what, since we're talking about it, just on Trainer Hill, what's the trend looking like? So a
Baby
bit
Bolt.
more to the 2, 3, and then not that much of the 2
Yeah,
Baby
yeah.
Bolt. But that is yeah, like you said as well, you are seeing more of the
2EX, but still just 1 Baby
2EX.
Bolt. Because Fez fills in pretty well when you do prize it.
Sure. But it does look like Koraidon is on the downtrend and Slitherwing is in for the Raging Bolt, which makes sense with Pikachu running around.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, Ball takes it all down. Golden Go definitely seemed like the most popular deck at the tournament, unless maybe it just kind of rose to the top and it was just the most successful deck. Besides, I didn't win, but like, even if it wasn't the most popular, it seemed like it was the most successful in terms of just like win percentage potentially for like win percentage based on its play percentage.
What were did you see any like interesting games on the stream? Like any of these matches stand out to you as being ones where something interesting happened, maybe worth watching?
I'm trying to think back to the Guardy Golden Go match in top 4 was pretty back and forth. And then if you scroll up, I'm trying to like remember.
They got the festival lead up there, bro.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like there wasn't much Pulse or Grimmsnarl. It was kind of just like beat stick versus beat stick style decks. So
Do you think best of one lends itself better to that? Like, is that a reason we see that? Like decks
don't think so. I don't think there's anything to like back that up.
I mean, the thing to back it up would be the results of tournaments over the last 2 years, where every single Japan Champions League, where it's best of one, Raging Bull wins
There's
like
more.
60% of them.
There's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Well, I have to go back and look at the Champions League. That's not true though, because like I feel like at the Champions League there was moments where like Grimmsnarl dominated right into like top 16 and stuff like that.
Yeah, but then Bolt is still getting the dub.
It's fair, yeah. Let's see if we go back and look at the Champions Leagues. I'm actually kind of curious. Japan Championships was won by Bolt. Gaiichi was won by Pult Zard. That's the one where Zard seemed to have like a really good tournament. Miyagi was won by Poltnor with 2 Guardies, second, third. Bolt was fourth. Yeah, Poltnor dominated that tournament. So no, I don't think so. I think it's like a trend. For Alligator won the first Champions League of the season, I think, or the
Sure,
second
sure.
actually. So yeah, I don't think it's a trend in general with best of one. Specifically for the Japan Championships, though, because of their best of 3 rules, which was like winning games was so important. Actually, it wasn't even that important. It was like every match completed. So unless you like 1-0'd them, I think you could 1-0, but you got so many less points that like completing all 3 games was really important, or winning 2-0 was really important. So playing more games in the match was super important. So Raging Bolt was like technically a better play because of that, or decks like Raging Bolt, and Raging Bolt was just the best of those decks. Um, but yeah, I can't like. There's not really a reason that Guardy or Poltnor shouldn't still be just as good. I don't think. I'd have to like run the numbers on all that stuff. Like I'd have to like see the numbers. I won't run the numbers, but I have to like see the
I was about to
numbers.
say, dude, there's no
I'm not
numbers
running any
running
numbers. Yeah,
unless
I'm
you
not
can
running
go
any
type it
numbers.
in on Limitless to get a Swiss calc.
Yeah, shout out Robin. I'm not running any numbers, but I have to see the numbers like the form like it like written out to like understand it fully. But I could see it being technically true that decks like Gardevoir and Pult like the safety net of more games more often. Like um yeah, draw game 1, all right, pick it up real fast, win game 2, win game 3 kind of thing, right?
Speaking of which,
But
before we talk about
I don't
the
think it changes that much.
regionals, we mentioned last week. I think what we were trying to figure out was with the new structure, what
The more rounds, what are you getting to make cut?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what did we so like for Frankfurt, what do you think there will be?
I thought we had like
1500, 2000?
we had a number for this for some reason, but I can't remember what it was.
The big thing was the tie rate was like 1.5.
15. Yeah. And then
Um 8 rounds phase 1 followed by 4 rounds phase 2. And then let me see. Wait, if we do like 2,500.
are we seeing if it's updated?
Nope, it still says 9 rounds. Never
Yeah,
mind.
9-4.
Okay.
No update.
I think that it'll be like X22. If for
That's what you were saying. I was
yeah.
saying I think it'll still be X12, but we'll see.
Yeah. That could
Not a
be one
big
of our
deal.
predictions this week.
Yeah.
What's ASIM cut?
We could do the math right now and figure it out,
No,
but
no, 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 no. You
we could,
only
yeah,
do that
definitely
if
add
there's a
that.
tool. Well, me too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about Frankfurt and Monterey happening this weekend. So it's the first regionals of the new season. Some people will be starting their like competitive worlds journey, right?
Yep.
They're kicking things off here, hoping to qualify for worlds this season. For a lot of people, it's just going to be kind of the same old, like the competitive players who've been qualifying. And then for most people, it's just going to be another chance to go have a competitive hobby, which is the vast majority of people who play in these events. So let's talk about some of the decks, kind of coming off of Worlds, looking at what we've seen from the Philippines, and just seeing online tournament results, just online trends as well. Do you think Golden Go will still be the most popular deck at these two tournaments, like it was at the World Championships, and like it maybe seemed like it was at the Philippines regional or Philippines Premier Ball League?
Um, it's kind of tough to say. The deck is like so boring that I feel like more people were incentivized to play it at Worlds because they just thought it was the best play. Um, but I could definitely see. I think it'll be less. It won't have the same margin of popularity that it did at Worlds in comparison to the rest of the field at
Mhm.
Frankfurt and Monterey. Like it could still be the most popular deck, but it won't be to the extreme that it was at Worlds. So I
Here,
guess I don't see a reason for it not to be because I feel like Charizard or like anti Golden Go decks haven't really like established their presence. Obviously, 2 Charizards made top 8 at Worlds, right? But I feel like they haven't established their presence as like it's a little bit tougher to play Golden Go out there right now. It still feels like it's pretty reasonable to play Golden Go. You still have a favored matchup into the other 2 best decks in the format, Gardevoir and Pult. Although I guess Gardevoir's a little bit more questionable in terms of how good it is right now. So I can't think of anything else that would be more popular. Poltnor would be it's like, is Pult Nor going to be more popular than Golden Go? I could see it, but I think actually I don't know. Maybe Pult Nor would be the more popular. I'm actually not sure, to be honest. I just don't. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard read. I don't have a great read on this metagame right now, to be honest. That's where I'm at. I don't have a strong read.
Here's another question. Is Golden Go Joltik box, is it a Joltik box deck or is it a Golden Go deck? Where should it be on the graphic?
It's a
Who
Joltik box deck for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it is
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, like Golden Go decks are like Golden Go Togekiss, Golden Go Chansey, whatever. But like the point of the deck is to abuse Iron Hands and then back up your Iron Hands. It's just like this feels better than Joltik Box or Miraidon is why you play Joltik Box Golden Go. You don't play it because it's like, oh, this feels like the best partner for Golden Go. I guess you could like look at it that way if you tackle it from that way. Like if you're like playing Golden Go and you're like, oh, this deck that has Golden Go and it seems better than my current one. It just also happens to have Joltik and Iron Hands, but it really is a Joltik Iron Hands deck at the end of the day.
Well, you mentioned how you feel like one has to be better than the other, Joltik box Golden Go versus just straight Joltik box, right?
Yeah.
Uh, do you think it could it's is it not necessarily true the other way, right? Where it's like there's only one better way to play Golden Go. Like one has to be best. It's either Golden Go with a prize manipulator or Golden Go Joltik box. There's not room for both
Um,
of them. Or is there room for both of those?
I'm definitely more inclined to say there's more room for both of those because I do look at it from the lens of it is an Iron Hands deck. It's not a Golden Go deck, but yeah, I think there has to be some. I like the thing is it kind of comes down to the matchup spread. Like if the matchup spread is just like uh I have all the same bad matchups as Golden Go, but my better I have just more better matchups. And I'm like the similar because the thing is at that point it's like, well, you at that point you could just argue like, why aren't you just playing the best deck? Which is let's just say the best overall deck is just Gardevoir. It's like, well, then we should all just be playing Gardevoir. So it's like, that's why I don't like comparing decks very often. Like I think the Iron Hands case of the current format or the past couple of formats is like a unique case where it's like all the Iron Hands decks truly are Iron Hands decks with like, okay, how do I draw the rest of my prize cards after my Iron Hands dies, right? And what is the best way to do that? But I have to imagine there definitely is like, and it does seem like Togekiss Golden Go is like the best way to play Golden Go right now as well. I think they can both exist. And when I say they can both exist, it's like we even look at the results from the Premier Ball League, and a Joltik box got top 4 alongside Golden Go Joltik getting top 4. Obviously, they can both be played at the same tournament. The thing is just like why when I say they can't exist in the same format or metagame. It's just that one is strictly better than the other and does the exact same stuff. Basically, there's like you're not gaining any edge by playing Joltik box over Golden Go Joltik, or the edge you're gaining is um vastly outclassed
Yeah.
by playing Golden Go Joltik.
And I think in those instances, like if the format existed for like an infinite amount of time, you would eventually see, like in that instance, you would eventually see the player base totally shift away from one to the other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
we only get a format for a couple months at a time usually. And so while you like, yes, in theory, there's no reason to play one over the other. The format doesn't, the people don't have enough time with the cards to totally always land on one. Some people are
Yeah,
just stubborn as well. Like they're like, I'm gonna stick
stubborn
with my deck that I know.
ability.
And
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think Golden Go can exist alongside Golden Go Joltik. I think there is. I want to say there is room for both. So like specifically the Togekiss build. Outside of the Togekiss build, I don't know if there really is. But also there's only one best way to play Golden Go as well, right? It does seem like Golden Go Togekiss, excluding Joltik Iron Hands, because I said like it feels this is like one of those like unique situations where comparing decks, I think there is some merit to like thinking about comparing decks because like almost always I say you just should not compare decks. They're just different decks. And you just try and figure out which one is better or which one you want to play or whatever.
Mhm. So
Um,
speaking of not comparing them, which one would you play this weekend if you were playing in a tournament? Togekiss Golden Go or Joltik Box Golden Go?
um, if I couldn't, I would want to come up with something different that feels better, but I'd probably go with the
Picking between these two
yeah,
decks.
yeah. I'd probably go with Togekiss, I think. I'd go with Togekiss, yeah. Neither feel I would try and avoid playing Golden Go, I think, this weekend, but go with
Why is
that way.
that?
I mean, it's just so unfun to play. The deck is so boring. Golden Go is really fun to play when there's a new way to play it, um, for the beginning of a format, but then if you actually play it at a major tournament, or you keep playing it for too long, or try and like re-pick it up again after the initial like fun new way to play it, you're like, this deck is just not fun. Like I remember re-picking up like I remember initially playing Golden Go Togekiss when it was first a thing. I was like, oh, this is like sick. And then I remember picking it up again after Uh Lake did well at a European major, and I picked it up and started trying it out again. I was like, "This is just miserable." Like the deck wasn't bad; it was just so unfun to play. I was like, "This is just not fun. Like this is so unenjoyable." I felt the same way playing Golden Go Togekiss after um, Piper did well with it at Worlds. I was like, "This is just not fun. Like this is just so boring." So that's what I was saying. Like, I think it'll be less popular moving forward simply because of this is just a boring Pokemon deck to play. Like Raging Bolt is so much more interesting and fun to play than Golden Go, stuff like that. So yeah, no fun.
So there's 4 big Stage 2 decks in the format right now: Gardevoir, Charizard, Dragapult, and Grimmsnarl. Which of those 4 decks would you rather play this weekend and why?
Probably Polt. And specifically Polt Nor. Straight Polt does intrigue me though, but I haven't played with it at all this format. So, but like if I sat with it for a couple days, I'd maybe switch over to Straight Polt. But Polt Nor just feels like the uh it's just it might not be the best overall deck or the best play for this weekend, but it's like I don't you just can't not be confident with the deck. The deck is so powerful, probably the most powerful deck in the game currently. And that's not to say the most powerful deck doesn't mean it's the best. It just means like the things that the deck can do are at such a higher level than what other decks can do turn to turn. Like, yeah, the amount of pressure and threat level you're constantly maintaining, as long as you didn't dead draw, is like at such a high rate. It's just kind of overwhelming. Like, it's just so disgusting how the deck operates and how good it is. So yeah, Polt for sure out of those 4, and Polt Nor specifically. But like I said, I'm not against straight Polt. I would have to like just put some time in with the deck.
You don't believe in the plot armor buff that Gardevoir gets?
Seems to have.
Yeah. No, it
um,
gets, dude. It doesn't seem to have
just
it. It
gets
has it.
it has it. I think Gardevoir is still like I think it was a fine play at post World. I think it was like a fine play. Or at Worlds, I think it was like a fine play. Post Worlds, it still feels fine. And the biggest question mark is just how popular is Golden Go and how popular is Charizard. And then as Gardevoir, like teching for Golden Go just feels kind of bad. Just kind of accepting the bad matchup and just doing what you can when you play against them almost feels like the best way to tackle it. And then I guess teching for Charizard is like, what do you tech and do you tech for Charizard is kind of the question mark. And I think Charizard is actually in like an okay spot. Like I think it's worth to take. It's almost like fine to take the Charizard gamble right now because Poltnor is unfavored to Gardevoir. It's unfavored against Golden Go. Still a good deck, and it's not like extremely unfavored. It's just not you're losing more than you're winning. Um, so it is. I think it's possible to like happened at Worlds, maybe even to a higher percentage. Like the Charizard gamble is like it's like it doesn't seem unreasonable right now. I guess is what I would say. So I guess another thing that Gardevoir has to like think about.
Is Grimmsnarl truly dead? Must we lay our hairy friend to rest?
I don't know. The Golden Go matchup is so bad. Like it's really really bad. I don't know if more people adopt the Piper build though. Like that build specifically, I feel like Grim has a better time against. Especially if you have a Badoo to stop the Togekiss from getting set up. If you play the Badoo, then you can prevent that from ever happening, or you can snipe it off the bench, uh, as well pretty early on if it doesn't get set up instantly. You can kind of
Oh,
isolate that, and then like Piper didn't play a heal card, so there's some opportunities and openings happen there for Grim as well. So if that happens, if more people like, I think the Piper build has a worse Grim Snarl, not unfavored. Like I think it's probably at least still 50-50 to slightly favored, but it is worse than some of the other builds with the picnic baskets and more Turos and stuff like that. So, but the Poltnor matchup for Grimmsnarl feels unreasonably close, and then your guard four matchup isn't even like that it's like favored, but like slightly, if not just like 50-50. So it's like, yeah, Grim, there's like no big edges that Grim has in the format. And then also Grim like comes up short against a lot of the fringe decks. Like Grim doesn't have a great time against like the Raging Bolts and stuff like that. So against the more fringe decks of the format, you're coming up short against those as Grim. So yeah, Grim does not seem great right now. I don't know what would change between Worlds and like Monterey and Frankfurt this weekend that would make me wrong about that. And all of a sudden, like Grim is also like not like the play, but like it's way better than I'm giving it credit for. But I don't know, it doesn't feel great for Grim.
I just realized we missed a Golden Go variant.
What
We
one?
we didn't talk about Golden Go Noctile Terapagos.
Oh yeah. That's the the new heat that professional top I think most recent YCS champion, Yu-Gi-Oh player, Triff uh unveiled on my stream earlier this week.
You really
Um
should have roasted him a little bit for it, dude.
but I just let him play it and then he like uh double golden gold into Ditto fan him. And after that it was kind of funny because he was like, "Yep, I understand. I get it. This is just not good. There's um too much garbage in the deck." He was very pressed to have the most broken turn one possible. And honestly, your turn one's gonna look more powerful when you fan road them for a bunch of cards and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah.
Squawkabilly. But at the end of the day, you're a Golden Go deck, and those cards do not synergize very well with the Golden Go. Yeah, I did forget about that. Dodrio as well was in there.
Oh, I did not realize that
Yeah,
piece.
Dodrio did happen at some
For those
point.
who don't know, Azul did a like coaching collab type stream with Triff Gaming, who's a big Yu-Gi-Oh competitor and loudmouth on Twitter, who is the very best Pokemon player already in his short time.
Already. He's working on it. I'm gonna definitely make sure he at least goes to regional this season, so he can. He has to show up this time. He has to show up this season.
You better go compete in whatever one he goes to, and then we can have the legendary Azul versus Triff
That would be
face off on
funny for
stream.
sure. That would be hilarious if it went down that way.
Well, speaking of Noctile Golden Go, let's talk about what the best Noctile deck is right now, or figure out what it is. So, I mean, there's really just kind of two in the format. It feels like not really any Terapagos things happening at the moment, but you've got Flareon and you've got Raging Bolts.
I do think Terror Box is actually like okay in the format, especially with Gardevoir. I guess feeling like a more questionable play, because like your Charizard matchup, I want to say is fine. Your Dragapult matchup is fine as Terror Box. Your Golden Go matchup is fine. So I feel like the deck Terror Box can exist right now. But I think you probably have to give it to Raging Bolt. But even then, like Raging Bolt does not feel that good right now. Like unfavored against Gardevoir, unfavored against Charizard, unfavored against Dragapult, Dusknoir.
Yeah, but the
Although
thing is
I've heard Raging
Dragapult
Bolt players say
or
different.
dude, the thing is that Raging Bolt is just broken.
I mean, it's not bad, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think Raging Ball is great right now. I think it is probably the best of the Noctowl decks. I think there's an argument Terra Box could be better. I would need like more information to like uh be more confident in that prediction. But yeah, it's just so mid. I don't know.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just so. It doesn't even feel like there's definitely been times where Raging Ball was better than I gave it credit for in the past, for sure. But right now, it just feels like it's just like, what's the point? And your Golden Glove matchup has gotten so much closer than it used to be. I mean, if you play like the Corner Mask, I'm sure it's still like a really good matchup. But like, if you're not playing the Corner Mask, then the matchup just feels so much closer than it used to be. So there's like that as well. It's like, what is the point of playing Raging Bolt at this point? I can't. I don't know. I can't come up with what it is.
Are you not a um Flareon believer at all?
No, I just think the deck is just too. I think Flareon's problem is just literally consistency. It's just like the deck, the power level is very high, but the consistency is not there for the deck overall. It's just going to come up. It's just like you're not playing enough games of Pokemon with the deck, I think, is the problem. Um, it does not feel like it has it. Doesn't feel like it has it. Also, another deck where I feel like your Charizard matchup is I feel like Charizard for me, maybe I'm like overemphasizing Charizard as like a player in the metagame, and maybe like Monterey and Frankfurt will happen, and Charizard's just nowhere to be seen. And obviously, if Poltnor has a good tournament for either of those or both of those tournaments, then like Charizard probably won't show up at all in top cuts if Poltnor's just really popular and really successful, which would not be a surprise at all. So I might be overemphasizing like Charizard's spot in the metagame, how much pull it actually has.
And then the last specific deck we wanted to talk about, In's Zoroark. Is it a actual meta contender, or was it just like a meta call for Worlds?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for this one, like not that much has changed since Worlds. That would make it. It's like I talk about Charizard a lot, and Charizard's pretty favored against and Zoroark, especially the builds that people played at Worlds. There's like no win condition. Um, but you know, you're favored against Gardevoir. I think Poltnor's pretty close. I want to say it's like 50-50, maybe slightly Zoroark favored. And then like the two builds that made top cut, they were teched out for the Golden Go matchup, right? They had the Toad Scroll
Yeah.
from Cifuentes, and then we had the Ogre Pond from Mateus. So they're prepared for the matchup. So that I could definitely prepare for a lot of the big decks in the format, but you just come up short against a lot of the little decks. And honestly, Golden Go now being built the way around Iron Hands, that being such a popular way to play Golden Go, that might be kind of that might be
That matchup feels really tough.
yeah, Zoroark might not be able to exist in the metagame anymore if that is like 50% of Golden Goes, or is it 50% of Golden Goes or Golden Go Joltik, or is it Golden Go Joltik being so popular? I don't know. I guess we'll probably have to call it 50% because it does feel like the people who are playing Golden Go Joltik are switching from other builds of Golden Go to play Golden Go Joltik. So if the Golden Go Joltik is
Even though it's not a
majority of
Golden
that
Go
percentage,
deck.
yeah, even though it doesn't feel like a Golden Go deck, but yeah, people who are listening get what we're saying. Zork probably can't exist in that metagame if that deck is popular enough.
It does feel pretty bad for Zoroark right now. Now, I will say, like, it seems like people have built it to tech for specific matchups, right? Like you talked about how they were like super prepared for Golden Go, right? So, like, in theory, there's a world where you could build it in a way, but I can't offhand think of like what way you could build it to be better for this metagame than for the World's metagame.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see if Mateus. I don't know if Mateus is going to Frankfurt, but if he shows up with a cool new way to play Zork, there's a lot of room for tech inclusion. Like just Zork having the built-in draw engine through trade leads itself to being able to play a lot of stuff and be able to access it pretty consistently and be able to set up these bigger combinations of cards. So there's probably more innovation to be done with Zork. The question is, can it compete up against? I feel like Joltik Golden Go is kind of the question mark, is can it compete against that specifically? Because that feels like a pretty tough to overcome for the Zork deck. But I hope there's more innovation to be done and we see some of it this weekend.
Let's make some predictions. The first predictions of the year. Should we keep track for a whole season of who gets more predictions correct?
Yeah, we could. Why not? Sure, let's do it.
Let's
Starting
do it.
now. It's the beginning of the season. Yeah, we didn't do
Start.
any. We probably would have if we had remembered that it was happening over the weekend, the tournament. I remembered it was happening, but I forgot to bring it up for the podcast.
Well, I don't know. It's so hard.
Predict like what deck would win the tournament or something.
Yeah,
Put
I
one
think it's hard to
prediction in
do 3 fully fleshed out predictions for like some of those Philippines and
there.
regional league tournaments that we don't like, the Premier Ball League, because there's just less coverage and we don't get all the stats.
Yeah, we don't get enough information post tournament. But
all right, starting it off. Will Gardevoir win one of the tournaments this weekend? Gardevoir wins a lot of tournaments, but you seem to think it's not very good right now.
I really want to say no. The Golden Go matchup is just so tough to overcome. It's just bad. It's just a bad matchup. Although I do think Gardevoir has a better Joltik Golden Go matchup than it does it's better against that than straight Golden Go. Like Golden Go Togekiss is harder for Gardevoir to beat. So with that in mind, Gardevoir, let's give Gardevoir a dub. Let's give Gardevoir a dub. It's gonna win one of them. So yes, I think it will win a tournament.
Man, I was really hoping you were going to lock in the no, because I want to believe in the plot armor. And even though you said yes, I'm also going to say yes because, yeah, Gardevoir, it's just you can't bet against it at this point. You'd be foolish to.
It's gonna turn to one of those things like end season. We're gonna have to be betting against each other. We'll have to maybe we'll have to come up with a who has to predict first.
Yeah.
um, but for now, keep it more casual. With our second prediction, will there be extra prizes drawn
No,
on?
no, no. Read what the question says on the sheet.
Will there be extra price cheese on stream? Cheese.
We're cheesing them out here with the extra, the Togekiss, the Chansey, even Briar, Sarah Ledge. Are we going to see someone achieve some way to get extra prizes on stream this weekend with their Golden Go deck specifically?
Well, actually, we can extend that actually to outside of Golden Go. Charizard with Briar, I'm fine with that. I forgot
Okay.
about Briar, so
Well,
let's just extend it to fully. Will an extra prize
are
card
we
be drawn
counting
on stream?
Briar?
Yeah, that's extra prize cards.
But that's not cheese.
Oh, I don't think the other stuff is cheese either. Just because it
You
flips a
don't think
coin.
Chansey is cheese?
I think it's pretty.
Chansey,
I
dude,
think it's reasonably consistent. Like it's not.
you are capping, my friend.
Let's put Briar in the mix, and any extra prize cards, not through a penalty, but like if you knock out a 2 prize
Does
Pokemon and you draw 3 prizes,
amp you
does it
very
count?
much.
Well, not yeah, he doesn't count.
Well, okay. So I'm just trying to understand where the line gets drawn here.
Besides Iron Hands, take Iron Hands up today. So Briar, Chansey, Togekiss
Where's
in
my
any
boy
deck.
Greedent VMAX when we need him? Dude,
Um,
I hope there's someone out there somewhere along the way. It was someone did this, right? There was a ADP Greedent VMAX deck someone played to something.
Greedent VMAX. Someone played Greedent VMAX in Lugia and almost made top cut at Orlando.
Oh, is that what
Close.
I'm thinking of? That might be what I'm thinking
That might
of.
be what you're thinking of. Someone did play it with ADP though. I'm pretty sure as
Has to
well.
have happened. All right.
Extra price cheese.
I mean, if we're counting Briar, I think that's an easy yes.
I am also saying yes on this one.
Wow, very interesting here with the predictions, Azul.
All right, and the final prediction: pick a player to make top cut. One of my favorites, to be honest, that we do the prediction. Do you want to? I'll give you the chance to go first if you want.
I'm gonna go.
And you could pick someone for Monterey, I guess. To be honest.
Yeah, it's for either tournament. Did you not think it was for either tournament?
I'm just like letting you know, like reminding you, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I could. I don't think I will though, and I think I'm just gonna go with. I mean, when I've got an opportunity to take the goat, I'm gonna do it. Give me Tord Reklev.
All right.
A
Good
little bit of
pick.
a boring answer, maybe.
I'm going for player trying to defend their title. Brent Tonneson did win
Ooh.
Monterey last year, and honestly, definitely despite his like I guess maybe more lackluster end to the season, still one of the best players in the game by far. Top 10 easy, probably top 5 easy to be honest. So Brent Tonneson is going to be my pick to cut Monterey.
Is he gonna go to Monterey?
I did just check his Twitter to confirm, and he did register for it. I think that's. I mean, it's good enough for me. He registered, and his tweet was heading back to defend the title. So
I'm sure he's going to one of the two.
true. Okay, whatever one Brent. I'm picking Brent to top cut.
It sounds like he's going to Monterey.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to Monterey. So
all right, Brinty Mon for the dub or for the top cut.
top cut. I'd be fine with him winning as well.
All right. Well, Azul, I think that does it for our episode this week. You're gonna be doing a watch party people could tune into, right?
Yes, I will be watch partying Frankfurt. I would do Monterey, but they don't have a stream going on. So, yeah, I will be watch partying Frankfurt. Got to figure out time to sleep. I guess is gonna be find a time to sleep, or maybe not. Maybe I just
What is it you said next weekend is happening? Pittsburgh and what else?
Pittsburgh Champions League and Singapore Premier Ball League.
So I told Azul what he needs to do for those weekends is to just do like what the subathon streamers do and just get like an air mattress, put it in the corner, turn the camera down to him, and just do a sleep stream.
Do a sleep stream
with the game still on.
I can definitely stay up and watch because like Pittsburgh Friday will be Friday evening will be Champions League
Oh,
day 1.
here it is.
Go
Here it
ahead.
is. You got to give. All right, because there's always so much time between rounds at those
There
tournaments.
is a lot of time between rounds, yeah.
Always, dude. So what you got to do is you got to watch the game and then quickly curl up on your air mattress in the corner and give like one of your mods access to like some alarm sound or something whenever the game is about to start. Azul
That's how I get
scrambles
my
up,
sleep?
gets up. Yeah, and then you go. You just literally for like 72 hours on a tournament weekend.
Yeah, sick, Chip, sick idea for sure. Definitely will consider, this idea. No, it works out pretty well because Champions League, if day 1 is on Friday, it starts at, like, 5 PM, so I watch that to, like honestly, I don't even think it went into the AM. The Champions Leagues haven't even been going into the AM because they have, like, 7 rounds day 1 or something like that. I don't know their exact system this year, but Champions League day 1,
Dude,
chill, and then, the, Pittsburgh, like, starts at honestly, it'll probably start pretty early my time, right?
you need to get like a standing desk or something, dude, if you're going to be doing that many streams
I do that
in
much
a
streaming
weekend.
anyways. I do that much
Huh?
streaming anyway. I do that much streaming anyway sometimes.
That's true. You got to get a standing desk.
No, I've done that before. I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it back. Bring
You're
back the
gonna
standing
get
desk
bed
and stuff.
sores, but it's just from sitting at your desk streaming.
No, no. As long as I'm consistent with hitting the gym, I'll be all right. I gotta keep up with that though. That's the challenge.
All right, Azul. I think that's it for our episode this week. You got anything else you want to say before we get out of here to our bonus episode?
No, send us out.
Thanks a bunch to everyone for listening, as always. And if you did enjoy, be sure to leave us a like, review, rating, comment, subscribe. Those things help us out a bunch. Let us know you're enjoying the content and help more people to discover the podcast. Be sure to tune into Azul's watch party this weekend if you want to catch the action. And if you want to stay up to date with myself and Azul, the best place to do it is over on X. You can follow myself at Chip Ritchie, Azul at Azul_GG, and you can follow the podcast at Uncommon_Energy.
Yeah, appreciate the support as always. Catch y'all next week, 7 a.m. Eastern. Also, best of luck to Brent Tonneson. You're gonna have to take the L on this one. Lose a win or
Whoa.
something like that, but still get close. Top 16 finish is still solid to start off the year. You'll pull through later on.